You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to the Sorry I'm Not Home podcast. I'm your host, Jake. Yeah, you know me. So today's kind of a cool episode because I have the homie with me, John Paul, and we've been best friends since like the first fucking grade. And it's wild to think about because that was so fucking long ago. Like, I don't know, man. Like, do you remember, fuck, you were like my first friend when I came to the States.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, you just reached out.
Yeah, I remember it was like story time, and you're fucking standing in the corner with your parents and shit. And I remember like I was there at one point, so I was like, "Nah, fuck this. I'm gonna walk up," and I was like, "Yo, we're doing story time," and we hopped over and we just read some Dr. Seuss or some shit.
I feel you. I don't fucking remember it at all. Like, also, like, my memory's really gone to shit. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, I said it last week in the podcast. Like, I was in the middle of a fucking, like, theory, and then I remembered what the fuck I was talking about 20 minutes ago. So it's really bad when I think way back. And I don't know, dude, like, thinking about way back then, like, do you remember somehow we got into fake dirt bikes? Like, you remember that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then, like, dude, do you remember being in the we would be in the library and we'd look at the motocross fucking magazines?
Oh, I remember that. And
Yeah.
then fucking sometimes we would like steal them and like cut them out and shit.
Yeah, and then like we were like fake flexing before flexing was like a thing.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, oh yeah, I have that. I have that. I have that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get that, and like we're gonna have shit. And then to make like matters worse was when we would be on the fucking playground with the fake dirt bikes, and we'd act like we had the handlebars, and we'd fucking run around making the dirt bike noises, dude. Kids are fucking stupid.
Dude, I don't know. I think, and then we would get like a couple of friends doing it with us too.
Yeah.
Fucking running around the whole fucking playground recess. Just.
I feel like if I was like a school teacher, I would like, well, for one, I couldn't do this fucking podcast because it would be all I'd talk about. Like, honestly, I think about it and I'm like, dude, I couldn't like stop laughing if I was a teacher, man. Like, some of the shit that kids do, and then like just how fucking stupid kids are, but like they don't know, you know. It's like that pureness.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking weird to think about, man.
Fuck. Being a teacher, that'd be. No, I don't think I can handle that job.
No.
Nope.
I'd be slap a
Whoops.
motherfucker.
Going to jail.
I took a class in college of like, it was communication for teachers, and I was like, God fucking damn it, like I don't want to fucking do this class, and like, you know, I threw a fucking fit, but it was like the only communication class available, and I needed to take it.
Yeah.
And it was super dope, honestly. Like, it was so fucking cool. It was like, I think there was like 10 of us, so it was like really like small, which was sick. But then after that, like, as it went on, I realized like I could definitely be a teacher because like I feel like, well, I'll come back to that in a second. I feel like, fuck, what was I saying?
You could be a teacher.
I could be a teacher. So, you're seeing.
What was that saying, class?
Yo, like, I think about it, right? And it's like, I don't know where that was going because I said I was going to come back to that point, and I don't know where the fuck that was going. But yeah, okay, so fuck. Okay, I could be a teacher, right? Like, I really thought that was a cool ass class, but like the pay is so shit that like I can't do it, man. Like, I can't deal with shitty kids because like I would say 9 out of 10 of those kids don't fucking want to be there, you know. And then you get the one that actually wants to learn. And I definitely feel like we were in the 9 out of 10 that didn't want to be there.
Yeah, we're like the leaders of that little cult.
But yeah, like, so like, I don't know, like, I feel like teachers, like, in that class, like, I learned, like, not really learned, but just kind of came to understand that it's like, teachers are really supposed to be people that want to help the next generation. You know, like, they won't, like, they have to be the person that's like, the next generation is like what our future is. And so if we can guide those kids in like whatever they're interested in or whatever they feel passionate about, that like that's where you really get like your good students, and that's how you create a good like next generation, you know? I forgot to start the fucking timer. God damn it. Yeah, so it's like those are the teachers that like are the cool teachers, you know, like the teachers that you really like lean towards. That's because they gave a shit. Like they really wanted to like make a better next generation. And so like that part of it I thought was so sick, because I was like, I could see myself doing this because one, like I love helping people learn how to do something. But then at the same time, I'm like, dude, like 35, 40 grand a year is not a whole lot of money for being like treated like shit on a daily basis, you know?
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's true. You gotta really give a shit when you're teaching kids. Like, if you don't give a shit, if you're like, and it's pretty funny because like most of the people that don't give a shit are teachers that don't give a shit. It's usually like the history class. And it's like, damn, they want us to be like patriotic, and the teacher's like, yeah, we fought this war, and it was like, oh my god.
But like I also feel like it's just really just like those are the teachers that have already been beaten down by people like you and me, you know? Because like, did you ever have a new teacher in school? Oh yeah, by the way, we didn't go to high school together. We went to like elementary and middle school together, and then we didn't like fade apart. We just stayed friends, but like we went to different high schools. Yeah. So did you ever have like a teacher that was brand new?
Oh, brand new.
Oh, really? What teacher?
Should I say her name?
Who gives a shit?
So her name was Miss Chin, right?
That's a bad name. You know how many goddamn jokes? Oh, okay, I'm going.
Right, so I was bad at jokes. I was never good at jokes. I never told jokes. I just straight up told her what I was thinking.
In the least racist way that I can possibly ask. Was she Asian?
She was.
Okay, that makes sense. All right,
but it had nothing to do with race.
No. I'm saying that last name. You know, like I was like, what the fuck? Like that has to be.
All right, so she's teaching Spanish, right? And
okay.
First
what?
of all, yeah.
Okay.
We're in Spanish class, and our original teacher, she just decided, I'm not going to teach this year. Fuck you guys. And so we're like, all right, cool.
She just dipped?
Yeah, dipped. Said, sayonara, bye. And so the school, they were giving us a bunch of substitutes. And there was one substitute, and she was like, what do you guys think of me being your teacher? And goes around the class, everybody's saying, she's like, I want your honest opinions. And if you're not being honest, then don't even say anything.
She let the kids have that kind of power?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And so everybody's like, yeah, oh, yeah, because they don't want to learn Spanish. They just want an easy A. I was in that class to learn Spanish.
Did the substitute speak Spanish?
Yeah, she spoke Spanish. She just asked us what she thought we should do, and it was like, I don't know. You know Spanish. We don't. The fuck?
You're like, I want to know all the swear words. Teach me fuck, shit. Go down the list.
Yeah, so she goes around the class, and she gets to me, and she's like, all right, so would you like me as your teacher full time? And I was like, no. And she looked at me like, well, why? And I was like, because you're not qualified for this job.
Damn. Holy fuck.
And just straight, boom. And everybody looked at me like, oh my God, did he just say that? Yeah, like, it was the truth, you know?
Yeah.
She asked for it.
I gotta be honest. Fuck. We had, at our school, like, okay, so I think it was like right as I got there or right before, I don't know. Well, we had a French teacher, right? And I never took French.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if it was a dude or a chick. I can't fucking remember. But like, the teacher just stopped showing up, right? Like, not even a fucking resignation letter or anything. And people were like, okay, like whatever, you know. And like, nobody fucking told the school.
Oh,
like,
shit.
the kids just kept going to class for like, I think it was like 2 fucking months, man. That they just went to school and like nobody realized. It was fucking weird. And then like, I think finally the school caught on and they reached out and like the teacher died and nobody fucking knew, man. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like,
How though?
I don't know. And
Yeah, too
I
much.
feel like payroll would have been like, oh, he hasn't picked up his check, like, or her, like, I don't know, dude. That was fucking wild. But yeah, so similar. My Spanish teacher was brand fucking new, like straight out of like college, just done her like, what the fuck is it, like a student teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like she just did that, and so this was her first class ever. And those are the worst teachers, man,
Yeah.
because they want to try so hard because they haven't been beaten down yet. They have such high expectations, and like it kind of plays into what I was saying earlier, where it's like they're inspired to change the next generation, but they expect so much more than the next generation has,
Yeah.
But like fucking so this lady, fuck it, I'll say her name, Miss Hostetler, right?
Yeah.
And like she was young too. And the first day I walked in, I think I had a beanie or a hat on, right? And she was like, there's no hats in this school. And I was like, yeah, there fucking is. Because I don't know if you remember in middle school how we had to pay to wear hats.
Oh yeah.
Hat day?
That was fucking crazy.
That was some bullshit. Like, okay, we'll come back to the Spanish thing. But like that shit was wild. Like talking to the people that it's like we weren't allowed to wear hats in our school, which was pretty common, I feel like, through elementary, but like not middle school. And then every Friday was hat day and you could pay 50 cents to wear a hat. So it was just another fucked up way for the school to make just a little bit of extra money. And that shit fucking blew, man, because like if you forgot your quarters, you ain't wearing a hat because you'd have to staple a tag to your hat. You remember that?
Oh yeah. You remember when they were doing the stamps and we like hacked the system where we'd fucking like
that we bought the
blow
stamp
on your hand and then you'd like fucking stick your hands together.
Oh yeah.
You'd copy the stamp and you'd be like, "Fuck you! Look at my stamp."
Transferring stamps. Yeah, I fucking forgot about that, dude. That's how like that was one of the first times that I got ISS. Like I made a video about it, like with Taylor. Yeah. Oh fuck, I didn't say it. Don't worry about it. So. You didn't hear shit. But yeah, about that kid, right?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I already said his name. So like that day that Taylor fucking got in that fight and ran out of the school.
Yeah.
They probably didn't know which video either, and now they're gonna look for it. But on that day, like I went to go get my hat or my hat ticket or whatever the fuck it was, and I paid my money, and then fucking Aiden. You remember Aiden?
Yeah.
He
Green?
Yeah. Fuck it, call him out. But like he
there's a lot of Aidens, bro.
Yeah, I know. I think he hit my quarters out of my hand and then fucking kicked them across the commons, right?
Aiden?
Yeah, you a bitch ass.
Damn, bro.
But yeah, so anyways, it kicks my fucking quarters, man.
Goal!
Soccer kids, man. So he kicks my shit, and then I shove his ass, right? Just fucking throw him. And then I think it was Presser or fucking, what the fuck was it? Yeah, but what was the disciplinarian's name? Velma?
Oh,
right?
Yeah, Thelma.
Thelma or Velma?
Thelma.
Thelma with a th.
Yeah.
With a th.
I don't know. I kind of mixed the two.
I can't remember.
When I would like call her name, but I would like kind of say it like the Elma, like say Elma basically.
I think it was her. I want to say it was her. Velma. But like she was like, "Get in my fucking office," and she gave me ISS for that shit.
Yeah.
And that's how I witnessed the whole Taylor shit. You know, because I was just sitting in the office watching the whole day unfold. Wow, we got off track. But the Spanish teacher, right? So she's like, "You can't wear hats," and I was like, "This is high school. Fuck you. I'm 14. You don't know shit about me." You know?
Yeah.
And she's like, "You can't wear hats." And I was like, "God damn it." So I take off my hat. Like the true bitch I am. But like I argued it for a while. And off the bat, I was like, all right, fuck this teacher, man. Like I've been wearing this all day. This is my last class. Are you fucking kidding me? You know? And then like every day after that, I just kept wearing a hat. And she'd be like, "You can't wear one." I was like, "Yeah, we can." Like there's nowhere in the school, like, not syllabus, but rules or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
syllabus.
Like, yeah, you can't fucking, it doesn't say you can't wear hats, you know? And so she was like, "Oh, my bad." I was like, my bad. Fuck you. Like, and that was like our first interaction. So I knew it was downhill like from there, you know? And like she just had such high expectations. And for some reason, the fucking Spanish teachers didn't let you swear, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all of high school. But like some teachers were chill as fuck. But like they didn't let you swear, and like this is kind of the age where you're like developing, but you don't really know how to use swear words. So you're like fucking bitch, shit, god damn it, mother asser, fuck, like you know,
Yeah.
just fucking it up. Like you just know you want to swear, and like so the Spanish teachers had these things called pagames, right? Which translates to pay
Pagames?
me, right?
Pagames?
Pagames.
Pagames?
Pagames.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it was like the sheet that had like little cutouts in it.
Oh. It was like fake money.
Essentially, no. Like essentially, so what it was is like if you got in trouble, like so if you swore or anything, or if you like didn't turn in your homework or whatever, they'd take away a pagame, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize,
It's like a gold star.
essentially, but like I didn't realize it was a grade at the end of the semester.
Oh, shit.
So I took it as a game to lose as many pagames as I possibly could, right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so I fucking like one day like I slipped up and I was like, oh shit, and she was like, excuse me, and I was like, oh fuck, like I didn't mean to, fuck, I mean shit, son of a bitch, and she was like, pagame, fucking, I think I lost like 10 in a day, dude, and I was like,
Pagame.
yeah, and like me and this other dude just fucking like took it as a game on who could lose them fastest, you know.
And
like,
they didn't tell you guys?
no, like we found out that it was like a grade, but I didn't realize how much it was. You know?
Oh, you thought it was like a percent, like a small.
Yeah,
percent.
like you know, it's kind of like participation where you're like, if I raise my hand and go, what was you know, let's see, you can get your grade. You get my point, you know?
Yeah.
Or like when you just start asking questions to make it look like you participated.
Yeah.
You know, reading a story. Miss, I was wondering if you think William Shakespeare was actually borderline retarded. No? That shit's going to get me in trouble. But, like, you know, you start asking stupid, like, questions. That way it, like, I don't know, prompts fucking conversation. And they're like, well, thank you, Jake. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I used to write my papers like that, too, man. Like, with, like, all the fucking Shakespeare shit. I would always make the villain the hero in my papers.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the best way to fucking get your grade. And you just argue it. And
Fight
you're
for
like,
the underdog.
yeah.
Everybody
like
loves an
fucking
underdog.
Othello. I think that's the one like where it's like, it's the Lion King, essentially. Where it's like the king and the queen are married and then like king dies. And so king's brother starts fucking the king's wife.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Lion King. You know?
Oh, that's the Lion King?
Yeah, it's that movie
sure?
is completely stolen from... You got like
That was the brother?
Scar?
Yeah, fuck that.
That
fuck
was his
that.
brother. And
Fuck
then he
Scar.
started fucking
Scar's
his,
a bitch.
his wife. Yeah. Long live the king. Most gruesome goddamn shit as a kid. But yeah, like I would always write my papers like that with the opposite position that I'm like, they're the hero of the story. Scar really saved the town. You know, he might have killed all the vegetation, but he created a sense of unity. You know? Like that's how I wrote every paper, just being a dick. Like I was such a horrible fucking kid in school. Like I would do everything to like rebel, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I
think that's why we clicked
yeah,
so well.
honestly, just fucking with people like Mrs. Fox,
Like
our
nuts
first grade
up.
teacher.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
My mom does Zumba with her.
Zumba?
Yeah, like she's
She's
still alive, dude.
Oh, shit. That's so fucked up.
I know.
That we
That is
think
a fucked
that
up thought.
all teachers just die.
They died the year
graduate.
after we leave.
Yeah. Sorry
yeah.
to all teachers that are listening.
So Pagames, right?
Yeah.
So Pagames, I lost them all, right? And then at the end of the semester, for extra credit and everything, you would get Pagates. That was pay you, right?
Oh, okay.
And if you could get Pagates, they counteract the Pagames. And if you didn't have any Pagames gone, they were extra credit, right?
Yeah.
I got to the end of the semester, and that fucking dropped my grade from an A to like 70. I was like, holy shit! Like, that was a big grade, right?
Damn.
So I looked at the class, and I was like, yo, who got Pagates? And like people were raising their hands, and I was like, I'm paying $2 a piece. And I just bought everybody's Pagates. All the smart kids that didn't need the extra credit, and they had fucking 100s, 110 in that fucking class. And the teacher was so fucking mad. And I was like, nope, didn't say in your syllabus. We couldn't fucking buy them from other people. And she was so fucking mad, dude. And I was like, I'm going to break you. I promise you. Like, you're a new teacher. I'm going to ruin your goddamn life.
East Mountain sounds crazy. If you said, it's not in the syllabus, it'd be like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're a piece of shit kid. That's all you'll ever be.
I think that was like the hardest part about school, man. And like, especially like in college or just fucking after high school when you realize none of that shit fucking mattered. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, essentially.
It's all part of the Matrix.
we're in a fucking simulation.
Ooh.
But,
yes, we are.
But no, like, I think about that shit all the time. You know, where it's like, none of that shit mattered at all. Like, and what sucked is, like, I think that's what made school horrible. Like, is that they didn't treat you as humans. You know, they seriously thought you were kids. They didn't give a fuck about you. And it was like, dude, I was 14 working a job. By, like, 16, I was full-time. Like, I was living a fucking life and paying bills and still going to fucking school, you know?
Oh,
and
yeah.
yet these people treated you, they're like, you're just a fucking child. You don't understand. I was like, I get you that I don't understand all aspects of life, but I get that life's a bitch, you know? Like,
yeah.
and you're treating me like shit. So
You're like, damn, you're not that far off. Like, chill
honestly.
out. You ain't winning a Nobel Prize. Chill the fuck out.
Oh, I know. Like, oh, you went to a community college and you got a teaching degree. Sorry. Like, oh, God, that fucking reminds me. I don't know if I've said that in a video. But, so, in the process of, okay, so I had a history teacher, Mr. Jameson. I still fucking hate that dude to this day, but I get him just a little bit more. Like, I understand him, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, there was a day when I was in his fucking history class, and, like, we were assigned a project. They were called decade projects, right? So you were assigned a decade, and you had to do this presentation. And that meant dressing up, presenting, making food. Like, it was a full fucking thing, right? It was the biggest grade in your class. And my group didn't do a goddamn thing. And usually I'm the guy that doesn't do shit, you know? I coast and I can bullshit my way through any situation.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
like, my group didn't do shit. So I bought everybody fucking outfits. I made the food. I made the presentation. And I busted my fucking ass, right? I put my all into this project because I knew nobody else was.
Oh, yeah.
And then the day came, presented, and then we get our, like, grades back the next day. And we got, like, a 69 on it. And I was like, I looked at it and I threw it on the ground and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And Mr. Jameson looked at me and he's like, excuse me, what did you say? And I said, this is fucking bullshit. I looked him right in the face and the class was like, oh,
Yeah,
shit. Like, oh, it going down, you know? And I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, I put my fucking ass out there for you, man. And you didn't give a fuck. And he's like, out in the hall now. And I was like, all right, let's go. And I went out in the hall and I was like, fuck this. And he came out in the hall and he was like, so what the fuck is your deal? And I was like, oh, okay. We like talking, you know? And he was like, how do you think that makes me feel when you say this is fucking bullshit to my grading? And I was like, probably like shit, the same way that I'm fucking feeling, right?
Yeah.
In the process of this, we are one door in front of the fucking Spanish classes. Right?
Oh, shit.
The ones that don't allow swearing. If you said you're stupid, you got in trouble. And me and Mr. fucking Jameson are straight up swearing at each other in the hall, man. And like I'm like probably like shit because I feel like shit. So fuck you, you know. And
Yeah.
we go off on each other, and we're just fucking yelling at each other. And like you can see the Spanish class like trying to look but trying not to look so that like the teachers don't shut the door, you know.
Yeah.
And like. During that shit, like, he starts going off about some other shit about how I'm like a shitty student and how I'm like, dude, I had a fucking A- in your class before this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm not a shitty student. Like, I just don't fucking deal with your bullshit. That's the difference. Like, I won't be bullied by you, you know? I'm not
Yeah.
bullied. But like, you know, like I'm not gonna take the shit. And so, he kept fucking laying into me, and so I snapped. I was like, how about you go put some more fucking bourbon in your coffee and go fuck the arch teacher, right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was bad because the whole Spanish classes, both of them were like, Like, I heard an audible, oh, shit. Because I called him out. Because I knew he was fucking the art teacher. And then I knew he was drinking in his fucking coffee every day because you could smell it. Dude, you walk in the classroom, you're like, that's some good smelling shit. What is that? Is that rum? Is that whiskey? Like, what, you know? And like this dude, and I'm like, fuck you. You're going to tell me how to live my life? Get your fucking life together. And he was like, it was a moment of silence and then just recognition of like, I know you're not fucking around and I know I'm not fucking around. And so it's like, this conversation is over and there's a little bit of respect. You know? Like, he was like, all right, get back in the class. And I was like, oh shit. Like, I thought I was going to be expelled. And like, I had that fucked up mentality where I was like, send it, you know? Like, you get in trouble, you like, fuck it, you're already in trouble. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And so, dude, that one was just a bad one. Because, like, after that, though, no more problems. Like, sometimes you just got to lay it out on the line.
Oh, yeah, you got to fucking stand your ground or they'll walk all over you.
Or they'll walk all over you. Did you ever get in trouble?
Oh, yeah. I got in trouble a lot. I don't know, like, talking high school trouble, middle school trouble, elementary trouble.
What's the worst one?
I had to go to, like, preteen court.
Oh, what?
Or not preteen. No, it was teen court. It was pre-court or some shit like that. Anyways, it all started out when the homie on the bus, he says, yo, I got some Mike's Hard Lemonade. Should I bring some?
Hey, yo, I got like, the bitchiest drink I can possibly buy. I joke, but like, before like I'd drink beer, that was all I'd fucking drink was like bitch drinks, you know, like fucking Mike's Hard or all the like fruity ciders. Because like I couldn't fucking do beer. It's like it's an acquired taste for real. But anyway, go on.
Oh yeah, you guys get along. But so basically, he brings it the next day, and we're on the bus, and he's got two of them. He's like, which one do you want to drink? I was like, fuck it, the original. We break out the original. He chugs half, I chug half, and we go to the school. Cool. We're sober. And then he wants to bring out the second one, and this is prep. And prep is where it's like all free. So we're walking in the halls and shit, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna break it out. And I'm like, nah. Don't break that shit out. You get caught. And he breaks it out and puts it in his sleeve like, oh, yeah, nobody can see it. And fucking, so he's drinking it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to get caught because you're a dumbass. And so I started to walk away. Actually, I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah, probably best.
They stay over there. I walk away. I probably get about maybe, I would say 20 yards out away from them. And the security guard is like, hey, come back. And I'm like, what? Nah, I was walking away. Like, I'm good. Like, I didn't do shit. And they got me with the party to fucking alcohol to a minor and all that. I'm like, damn, like, I was walking away. I said no. I said no to peer pressure.
I did what you guys showed me in the videos.
And I'm still in here because my dad didn't let me take the breathalyzer. He didn't trust me.
Smart though. I mean, no proof, no fucking like crime, you know?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that fucking video of that lady in Albuquerque with the DWI?
No.
No. Steve, I'll take no for 500. Or Alex. So there was like a lady and she was fucking shit-faced, dude. Like 100% shit-faced. And she's in her car and she gets pulled over. And the cop's like, ma'am, have you been drinking tonight? And she's like, no. I haven't been drinking tonight. No. No, no drinking. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, I've never seen somebody so visibly, like, fucked up in my life, right?
Yeah.
And, like, the video is on for fucking forever. It's, like, one of the police cams. And, like, he's like, all right, ma'am, like, I need you to step out of the car. And she's like, no. And then in the middle of this, she takes a phone call from her friend on speakerphone. And she's like, hey, the cops pulled me over, but I haven't told them shit. So don't worry, I'm good. All right, bye. And it hangs up. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, you were just incriminating yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
Denies everything. She will not admit that she's been drinking. She will not step out of the car. So the officer gets like other fucking cops there, and they pull her out of the car. You know, not viciously. They just get her out of the car. And like when she goes to get pulled out, she's like, "Am I being arrested?" And he's like, "Yes." And she's like, "Okay." And she steps out of the car. So she's not resisting arrest. And then they put her in the back of the car. You can fucking smell it and everything. Get her to the police station. And then they're like, all right, so you need to take the sobriety test. Like, you know, the breathalyzer, like the fucking professional one, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah. And he's like reading her the whole fucking script. And he's like, do you condone to this? And she's like, nah. Nah, I don't condone to this. And he's like, well, you have to condone to this and blah, blah, blah. You need to take this breathalyzer. It's going to prove that you've been drinking. And nah, I don't condone to any of this. All right, just fucked up.
Damn.
Right? Sits there all night. Next day, like, and then she gets her lawyers involved. Gets off scot-free. 100%, no charges or anything because they couldn't prove anything. There was no admission. There was no test or anything. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, show the video to a judge, you know? Right. But I was like, fuck, I guess, like... Did you ever see that, the Weed Brother lawyers?
No.
They, like, had, like... They're, like, these two dudes and they're lawyers and, like, they strictly, like, represent people on weed charges. Yeah. And, like, they do these short videos online and they're like, if you're ever arrested or, like, you're being questioned by the police, you ask them, am I free to go or am I being arrested? And if they say you're free to go, then you leave. If you're being arrested, you shut the fuck up. And then, like, they're like, and if they ask you questions, you shut the fuck up. And, like, they just keep going with this. And then they're like, and then you call us. And then you shut the fuck up. And, like, it's true, though. It's like, holy fuck. Like, if you, like, most cases you're self-incriminated, you know? And I'm like, that's fucking wild. So, like, when you're saying, like, your dad wouldn't let you fucking take the breathalyzer, it's like, that's the smartest goddamn thing, even if you weren't drinking, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What a bitch. Fucking drinking Mike's Hard on the fucking bus.
Oh, I know,
at least put it in a water bottle like a pro.
Right? He put it straight. Didn't even take the label off or nothing. Put it in his sleeve like, oh yeah, they won't see it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Whatever. Fucking. You ever been in a fight?
Not since like 3rd grade.
3rd grade? Who'd you fight?
It wasn't really a fight. I punched him in the stomach and he dropped to his knees.
Does it start with a J?
No.
All right, we'll talk about it off air. But I just like, I don't think I've ever like really been in a full blown fight at school. You know?
Yeah.
I get in fights at the skate park and shit, but that's because they bitches. You know, but like, I feel like, I don't know, like
90% of it's all like psychological. If you beat him, you win the fight before it even begins. And if you, I don't know, everybody backs down, you know? They're just all talk.
But I also think that's because like they like scared us, you know? Like when I got to high school, fucking it was like if you get in a fight, you're going to fucking jail. Like we are calling the police. Like my school did not fuck around because like we didn't have a cop on the premises. So it was like if you got in a fight, like that's it, dude.
Well, yeah, but like if you're gonna get into a fight, you better like you shouldn't even care about that, or it's not even worth fighting. You're just being stupid. Like if you're getting into a fight, it needs to be like worth something.
Oh, there goes my phone. Well, okay. Yeah, no, I feel you, but like at the same time, it's like I feel like it's a bad time for everybody. Like you going through fucking puberty, you just raging, and it's like one thing just sets you off. You know, you're dealing with parents, you're dealing with school, you're dealing with teachers, and it's like one kid starts running his goddamn mouth. It's over, man. Like you just fucking, it's done. Like I think one of the coolest ones I saw, coolest, that's a fucked up word to use, but like there was this chick and this dude that were dating, right? And I guess the dude was cheating on her, so she ran up behind him and jumped on his back and just started beating the shit out of him, right? Shit. Like going to town. And he was right between like the main two offices, so there's glass on one side and glass on the other, and one side was the principal's office and the other was like the attendance office or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And she's beating the shit out of him, and so he throws her against the glass. She goes through the goddamn window, through a window, dude.
Oh shit!
And then he realizes, because he doesn't know who the fuck it is. He just feels punches in the face, you know. He doesn't know. Who, and then he like realizes it's to like his girlfriend. He's like, oh fuck, you know. And I think he just bailed, if I remember right, or like he got immediately pulled in the office. I don't know, but EMTs and everything showed up, and then everybody thought like he was the piece of shit. You know, they were like, he threw her through a fucking window, you know, and like, I don't know if he did cheat on her, but like, for one, like, he didn't know who the fuck it was, so he just reacted, you know. And I was like, holy fuck! Like, I wasn't with either side. I was like, all right, you both fucking psycho.
Yeah, that's how everything starts. Is people, they form an opinion on something and they start this rumor, and it's not true, and then it goes around, and then that rumor becomes something even bigger. And
I think this rumor was true.
Well, like, yeah, but he didn't know who it was. Like,
true.
Like, come on.
I also went to a school.
You gotta take both. You can't be like biased.
True,
like,
but like I also went to a school
if
where
you want justice, you gotta see both sides. Like,
I feel you. I also went to a school where like there was only 300 kids total, like all 4 grades, like so. Shit spread like wildfire, man. Like, it was like one person knew, whole school knew. It was like, Jesus. Like, I know that happens at like a lot of schools, but like, dude, you gotta imagine 300 kids doesn't take long, man. It doesn't take long. Everything I ever fucking did that was wrong, I got caught so quick because it was like, and everybody knows, okay, and I'm fucked.
So, yeah, you guys had cameras too.
True. Went to
I think we had cameras, not as. You guys had a lot less ground to cover, though.
True. A lot less blind spots, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I think about the whole school thing, you know, and like I was saying earlier, it's a lot, and like I don't think it's set up right. For
Nope.
one. Like, I don't think that they target, like, people's interests or what the fuck, like, people need in the real world. It's, like, it's a structured, like, system that, of course, like, it adapts every year and changes a little bit. But, like, I think it focuses too much on bullshit, I guess is the best way to explain it. And, like, I know that sounds fucking stupid. You know, like, it's, I don't know, like, for me, like, I fucking hated college. And I hated high school, and I hated, like, you know, it just went down. It was like, I was miserable at home, I was miserable at school. Like, there was no winning. The only, like, part away from it was friends in the skate park, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, people didn't target, like, your interests. They didn't fucking give a fuck about, like, who you were as a person. And, like, that's, like, the stage when you're kind of developing, you know? Of course, like, I feel like I've definitely changed since I was 18. But, like, seeing that evolution just in that period, because it's like you go from being a middle schooler, the most annoying thing on this fucking planet, to like a functioning member of society, to like driving, to holding down a job, to like you know, all of it.
Yeah.
And it's all you're seen as is a fucking kid, and it's like nobody gives a shit about your problems. Nobody gives a fuck like what you're going through. It's like, all right, here's this 10-page paper. It's due at the end of the semester. Figure it out. And you're like, well, that's a lot more anxiety to throw on my shoulders. Like, thanks. So, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I really don't like the way the school systems are built, because it's just a bunch of bullshit, like you said. And how I saw it, like when I got like my diploma and stuff, like I didn't really care for it because I saw it as, oh, I got by doing some tests, and the tests covered like 60% of your grade, so a D, you can graduate. So I just fucking nailed the test, turned in like 2 homework, and that was it. And that's all they expected from you. So it's like they're not pushing anybody.
I feel you. Did you ever see that video, like, why what is it? Why I love school but hate why I love education but I hate school.
Yeah.
I think I showed it to you actually. But like, yo, if you're listening, like, check that video out. Like, why I love education but hate school, and that one just hits fucking different, man. Because there's like a point where it's like, there's a line in it where he says, the system is built, or like the school like grades on a system of tests, you know.
Yeah.
And have you ever finished a test only 5 minutes later to remember an answer to a question you didn't know? And it's like, if you were given those extra 5 minutes, would that mean that you're smarter? Because you actually knew the information, but you forgot it in the second under the stress. And like, that shit fucks with me, man, because like we grade off of a system like that, you know, where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, you have to remember the shit that like you're not going to remember in a week, you know? And so,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
especially because we have like American schools where it's like 3 months off and then school the rest of the year, and it's not all year round. So like the first 2 months of school are like covering shit you forgot over the summer, you know? And so it's like just a waste of fucking time. Like, not saying I would have liked school year round, but like it's set up right that is like you get week vacations a lot more, and then your summer break is like 6 weeks. So it's like, it's not horrible, and like also you finish earlier, you know? So like,
you finish earlier, and it also sets you up for a real life schedule.
yeah, honestly, because it's like work doesn't fucking stop. This got dark. We started thinking about a lot more shit than I wanted to. I'm trying to think, dude. I thought we were gonna talk about shit like. So John Paul and I, we're best friends, right? Well, we are. Like,
Right. That was the past.
Yeah, this is. God, I fucking hate this dude. But like, so we started out like as like best friends in elementary school, went to middle school together, and then like we didn't fade apart, but like we stayed in contact through high school. And then like right at the end of high school, I started apprenticing like for tattooing underneath his dad, right?
Yeah.
Because we were both tattoo artists.
Oh, hey.
And that was just a fucking nightmare, man. Because
that was a crazy time.
It was fun, man. Like we were like we're fucking around making money, and then like we just fucked off a lot. Like every day, just go eat somewhere and just go fuck off and drive, and then we got into some like illegal shit that we probably shouldn't talk about, but like you know, just going through shit, you know. That ended worse for some of us.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, like I just thought like, you know, those were like fun fucking times, man. Like I think back on that and it's like we had no fucking cares in the world, you know.
Yeah, it was like almost like invincible.
Yeah. Okay. All right, a good note to like start wrapping up on, besides that depressing shit, but was, do you remember when we took your fucking Eclipse, your Mitsubishi Eclipse, and took it to like an empty school parking lot? This sounds like we were about to fuck, but yeah, and like we we put it in drive, or I think it was stick shift, so threw it in gear, and we were rolling, and then we both would bail out of the car.
Oh yeah. Oh no, shit, that was off of Montebello, huh?
And like we would bail out of the car at the same time, do a Chinese fire drill where you switch driver and passenger.
Yeah.
While the fucking car was rolling away.
Yeah, I was on a hill and we just threw it in neutral and just fucking gave it like a little bit of gas, threw it in neutral, and jumped out the car. And if you didn't catch it, well, it was gone into the street. Fuck.
And I remember, like, I think it was the first or second try. You got out of the driver's seat and you fell. You just ate shit, dude. Gone. Like, pants fell down, fell on the ground. I was like, fuck, and like hopped over you and just got in the car and hit the brakes. I was like, shit, like, wild, man. And like, we just laughed so much thinking about the security cameras. If anybody was watching, like, what the fuck? Like,
oh yeah, they'd be like, damn, what the fuck? These motherfuckers just don't give a shit.
We just did that for like a good hour. All right, so I think that's a good note to end on. So this has been John Paul, and he's definitely like dope, man. Like, check out his content if you wanna plug your shit.
Yeah, it's Jay Prosper on SoundCloud. You can find me on Instagram at spaceroaming_. Wait, no. Space. All right, Instagram is space_roaming. Snapchat, Sire34. SIRE.
Yeah, but like check out his music, man, on fucking SoundCloud. Like Jay Prosper, it's definitely in my SoundCloud link. His shit's dope, man. He's on the come up. So give him some love. If you like this, hit the share button. If there is a share button on SoundCloud, is there? I don't know. It'll be on iTunes, I think, by now.
On SoundCloud, I think there's a share button.
All right. But anyway, post it to your story. Share our shit. Check him out. Follow me on all social media at Jake's Pimpin'. But till next time, guys. Fucking
Sorry,
outro.
I'm not home.
Later.
While I was in the daytime, every day I'm singing I was in the daytime. Keep hearing from the grapevine, your bitch giving brain eye. See, I was in the daytime. While I was in the daytime, every day